Well, here we are, finally releasing all of these clips, and my fertility journey begins, or to you guys it begins. To me, this started almost 2 years ago when I went through my first endometriosis surgery, and that was in 2018. And for those of you that don't know, I do have endometriosis, PCOS, unicornuate uterus. So what you guys are about to watch is basically the beginning of my journey up until the day you guys are watching this video. As of today, we've been trying officially for 6 months, but here we are, and I want you guys to be part of this journey just because I know how helpful it's been watching other women's and other couples' stories, both success and failure stories. It's just helped me, it's educated me so much more, and definitely shed light on things that I didn't know about at all, even though I thought I knew pretty much a good amount of information regarding everything that I do have and have been struggling with. However, every time I watch a new video or a new story, it sheds light on a different, I guess, perspective of certain issues involving infertility. So that's basically why I want to share my journey with you guys. I really could care less about the views or the subscribers. It's mainly just to shed light on this really horrible situation, and let you guys know that you're not alone. Even though I know it's easier said than done, I know I can sit here and preach to you guys how much you guys are definitely not alone, but I myself still feel alone certain days. So you guys haven't started your fertility journey, or are in the middle of it, or completely shut the door on that journey, welcome to my channel, welcome to my journey. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and leave your questions, suggestions, tips, your stories down below. Anything will be helpful at this point, but here we go. Hey guys, so I just got out the shower and I probably look really crazy, but I thought that I would vlog my experience. Tomorrow I have my HSG, which is the dye test to see if my fallopian tube is blocked or not. I had my surgery August 7th. Tomorrow is the 16th of November, so it's about 3 months out. They gave me an antibiotic to take the night before the procedure, so I took those. It was just 2 pills. My appointment is at 12:45 tomorrow, so they instructed me to also take 800 milligrams of ibuprofen before. I'm feeling really nervous and anxious. It's been a really stressful and long week, so I've been like literally counting down the days for this procedure. So now that it's finally here tomorrow, I have a lot of emotions and a lot of anxiety, but I'm hoping for the best. My family and Charles have been really supportive and, you know, giving me a lot of positivity. So I've been trying to focus on the present and not be so anxious for this tomorrow. So I'm hoping for good news. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to check in and kind of go over my feelings the night before. So that's it. Bye. So side note, as I'm watching this video, I'm realizing that I didn't really explain why I was doing the HSG. So when I did have my first endometriosis removal surgery, the doctor did a dye test when she was in there, when I was under still, and she did say that my left tube, which is the only one that I do have left now, was not dripping the dye, and she thought that my tube was blocked. So this is the reason why I did the HSG. They also like doing this on women who are undergoing any type of fertility treatment, just to make sure that their tubes aren't blocked. So I would have had to do this regardless, but she wanted to do that right there and then. Even though we weren't really trying at that point, she still wanted to do it right there and then, because like I said, when she was doing the surgery, she saw that my tube was blocked at the time. So this is pretty much why I was so nervous for this, because having that news shared with me when I was waking up from my surgery was a little hard to hear, because I thought at that point my only tube that I had left was blocked and that IVF was our only option to conceive. So that's why I was so emotional prior to going into this procedure, because I already had that in my mind that it was blocked. So just wanted to give that note real quick before you guys keep watching. All right, guys, so I am on my way to my doctor's appointment for my HSG procedure. To be honest, my anxiety is kind of really high right now, and I'm really nervous. I keep trying to tell myself I'm gonna have good news, but of course there's always that little small percentage of doubt in my mind. Yeah, I guess I'll check in with you guys after my appointment. I don't think I'm gonna be recording in the doctor's office or any other procedure, so I will check in after, hopefully with good news. So yeah, I'm back. I am done with my appointment and my tube is open. Everything looks healthy. My uterus looks healthy. My tube was flowing. That dye was dripping out. It is just the biggest relief, and knowing that I can have a baby natural and I don't have to, like, we don't have to use IVF. Like, I was legit stressing out about that so much. Now, on the other hand, that was the most painful experience of my life. So, of course, I have to lay in the bed, and, you know, they have those little pregnancy pad things for your legs where you're spread eagle right in front of the doctor showing all your goods. And they have like an x-ray machine over you so it could take pictures as she's injecting the dye. So essentially what it is, what an HSG is the doctor basically goes in with those clamps that holds your vagina open, and then they stick a catheter into your cervix to inject the dye. Okay, so that whole thought alone was freaking me the hell out. Tell me why she couldn't get my cervix open. Of course, go figure. So she had to shove, not just gently insert, she had to literally shove this catheter into my cervix. She said that my cervix was being stubborn and would not open for her, so at that point she had to shove it in. And meanwhile, she has to literally keep the catheter in the cervix to inject the dye. So not only does she have to shove it in, but it's holding it open and injecting the dye in there. So this whole procedure lasted about 15 minutes. She held the catheter in me for maybe like 30 seconds. And so as she's injecting this dye, she's taking pictures with the x-ray machine that's over me, like over my pelvic area. And as she's saying, oh, like, I just remember her saying, oh, it's working, it's finally going in. As soon as she said that, I opened my eyes and looked at the screen, because they had the screen there where you can see the pictures being taken. So as she said that, I opened my eyes and I see the screen, and I see the dye flowing, like dripping out of my tube. And like, even though I was still in pain at that moment, like, just like relief and joy just took over my body that I wasn't even paying attention. Like, I at that point my eyes started tearing up, and I knew this just because of the pictures I had seen before. And at that point, that's when she was like, oh, everything looks great. Oh my gosh, I'm just so relieved. The next step is she wants to test Charles, just to make sure that he's healthy, you know, that his sperm looks good, because she doesn't want to be like putting me through all of this and then come to find out something's wrong with him. So she wants to make sure that he's good and healthy. So yeah, I'm so happy for anyone who is experiencing this. Have hope, have faith. I know it's so hard to see the positive during a situation like this, but just keep your mind focused on the overall goal, and just, you know, keep reminding yourself that it'll all be worth it. So today's video is actually going to be the beginning of my trying to conceive journey. So it is the beginning of the year 2020, and my husband and I have already discussed everything, and we're officially going to start trying to conceive. I'm giving myself 6 months to do this naturally by myself, and after those 6 months, so in the middle or at the end of June, I'll reevaluate if I'm not pregnant yet, but I know I will be, so I'm not even worried about that. But should I not be for whatever reason, then I'll go back to see my doctor and start the medications that she wants to put me on. And I want to say it was like metformin and Clomid, or I don't know, something like that. But we'll go from there. But for now, I'm not worried at all because I know we're going to be fine. You know, by February, I'll definitely be pregnant. Putting it out to the universe. Today is day 88 that I have not had a period. And I mean, which that means that I haven't ovulated, which means I can't get pregnant. So it has been rough. I know it has to do with me gaining weight, and it has been taking a toll on me mentally and emotionally. So it has been rough. I had an appointment with my doctor, my OB, who was the one who has been taking care of my endometriosis and all of that. So we had a virtual appointment with her, and she was just like asking me follow-up questions or whatever. And I told her I hadn't had a period in almost 3 months, and she did say it's probably because of my PCOS and me gaining weight. So on top of that, my doctor, I expressed that I also had issues with my bladder. So I've had frequent urination, and I've had like bladder pain as well. So I did tell her that, and she referred me over to like a bladder specialist. I want to say they're a urologist. So she referred me to that doctor, and she said it sounds like I have interstitial cystitis. It's basically a painful bladder condition. I'm pretty sure that is what I have, and there's no cure or treatment for that besides watching what you eat, and they could do like physical therapy on your pelvic area. So she also wanted to do blood work on me again, even though I did blood work last year and everything looked pretty much normal as far as my hormones and levels go and all of that. So she does want to do blood work on me again, which I have an appointment on Monday to go get that blood work done. And then she also wants to test my husband. So we have to schedule that next week as well. And then once we get all of that figured out, then I guess we'll figure out what to put me on next if anything is needed. So I am currently at LabCorp. I don't know if you can see that, but excuse the voice, I just woke up. But I'm here to get blood work done again because they're going to check all of my hormone levels and all of that. So yesterday I forgot to finish vlogging, but I basically had blood work done. So my doctor called me to give me the update. They wanted to test my thyroid, and it looked like my thyroid levels were okay. However, my prolactin levels were pretty high. They were at like 24. You know what? I don't even know what units they used to test that, but it was 24, and it's above the normal range that those levels should be in, because the prolactin is basically a hormone that women who are breastfeeding produce. So I'm a little discouraged right now because I don't know what to think, because I've just been feeling real shitty lately, and on top of that, that test just kind of threw me for a loop. But as of today is May 5th. Oh, Cinco de Mayo. Not feeling the greatest, honestly. So I'm gonna go update the husband and probably cry because fertility stuff. Okay, bye. I haven't had a period in going on 3.5 months, a little over 3 months already. However, I have been getting like symptoms that I'm either gonna start my period or maybe pregnancy, I don't know. So yes, I feel like I should take a pregnancy test, but at the same time I'm scared because I've been here before and it just came back negative, and it's been rough, you know, as just a woman, like when you really want to have a baby and you just keep taking pregnancy tests and they keep coming back negative, it takes a toll on you mentally. And I've already been kind of in a not healthy place mentally and emotionally these past couple of weeks. So I don't, like, I've just been contemplating whether or not I wanted to take a test, because I just don't want to let that define my mood more than it should. But then again, I feel like I need to. I don't know. So kind of just to give you guys a overview of symptoms I've been feeling. So my breasts have been tender for probably a week now, going on a week, and like tender to the touch. I've been very fatigued and also nauseous. Not like super nauseous, but just mildly nauseous, I guess. Like a little bit of morning sickness, kind of like no appetite in the morning. Like I'm just like grossed out basically. And also like a headache, fatigue. I'm just like really tired. Well, frequent urination, but also like it's hard to say all of these symptoms are because maybe I might be pregnant, because at the same time all of these symptoms kind of overlap each other because of my interstitial cystitis, which causes obviously frequent urination, and then endometriosis also causes nausea, dizziness, and all of that. So it's just hard to say. And like I said, I really don't want to have to take another test and see that negative, because yeah. I don't know if I'd mentioned before, but I've also been very emotional. Like I just start crying randomly. And again, I don't know if it's because it's a symptom of me being pregnant or just because I am a little depressed. I don't know. But I guess let's take a test.